Hi and welcome to my free training on how to set up your newborn studio backdrop. I'm so excited that you're here. My name's Amanda with Acapella Photography. I've been a newborn photographer for over 10 years and I've been shooting with just minimalistic simplicity for all that time. I'm so excited that you're here so I can share with you exactly how I do it. If you've been struggling with newborn photography and you've been buying all the props, making all the sets, and coming up short with a few images that you're not proud of, I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. I've been doing newborn photography with just my backdrop stand, my 2 wraps, and that is it. And I can't wait to share with you exactly how I set up for that. With my workflow and my posing, I am done with newborn sessions in under 2 hours, and I've created a full gallery of images with just what you see here. Let me show you exactly what I use. Are you ready? This DIY stand I made years and years ago, but it without fail helps me every single session. So if you're curious on how I made this stand, I will link a guide for you to DIY it yourself as well, but you could use any stand that you would like as well. In addition to this stand, I use a square bean bag right here, and I just fill it with styrofoam beads. And I like mine a little bit squishier, that way I can kind of maneuver around the styrofoam, and that way I can kind of support baby one way or the next depending on how I'm wanting them to be. And so underneath my square bean bag, I've got 2 containers. Those containers help lift up the bean bag so that way when I'm working with baby, I'm not constantly bending over onto the floor to pose baby. Instead, I can sit in a nice chair and I can pose baby just like this. Okay, so that will save your back from so much stress. I know leaning over all day working with babies is so stressful on your back. So this really helps with that. Okay, I can work with multiple babies in a day and not feel sore like I just ran a marathon the next day. Okay, and so if you're like me, I know that this will help you too. Okay, in addition to this, you're going to want to set it up with blankets. Now, I like these thick fleece blankets right here. And you can just pick up any blankets. It doesn't have to be anything special, but I'll link the ones that I use or that I bought off Amazon in the comments for you in the resource sheet, okay? So if you pick up any bright colors, just put them down first. That way they don't color cast through onto your backdrop layer at the top. So we'll just start by laying it down, and you're gonna wanna make sure that you smooth each layer flat in between, okay? This will help you with post-processing so you don't have to edit out all those bumps and lumps from each of the blankets. So when you put it down, just smooth it out, okay? Smooth it out, and we'll put on our next layer. Okay, reminder, any bright colors, throw them at the bottom, that way they don't show through. And again, lay it down, and lay it flat, okay? Next layer. And I like about 3 at the bottom here. And I'm just gonna smooth it out because I don't wanna be editing all these lines from blankets. Perfect. Okay, now that we've got 3 blankets down, they're all nice and smooth. Reminder, the more blankets you use, the thicker that it becomes and the smoother that it becomes. If you're just using 1 or 2 blankets, then the lines and wrinkles are going to show through. So it's really important to use at least 3 on the bottom here. Then your pee pad, okay? You'll thank me later for this one. I spent years doing newborn photography without a pee pad, and I would wash all of the blankets every single time. And then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I'm missing something here. I could save a lot of laundry with this pee pad. So save yourself some laundry, go ahead and put a pee pad down, and then you only have to wash the top layers if they get soiled, okay? So after the pee pad, you want to lay down a couple more fleece layers. And again, these ones at the top should be a neutral color. So I like this gray one. I'll link it for you in the resource sheet. That way you can know exactly which one I use. But they're nice and soft, and they're a little bit thick, so that way they lay nice and flat without wrinkles. Okay? So just like this, and then smooth it over. That way that pee pad texture and color doesn't show through. I'm gonna add one more. Okay, great. Now I'm ready for my backdrop layer, okay? As you know, I use white in all my images, so my backdrop is a nice white stretch jersey knit. I'll also link this exact backdrop for you in the resource sheet. So I lay it over top, and then I want to make sure it's nice and smooth, and I'm going to clamp it tight. So you can get these clamps at Home Depot. I'll link them for you in the resource sheet. Just like this, you want to clamp all the way around your backdrop and pull this tight as you're clamping. I like 2 on the top here. Again, pulling it tight so you can save yourself that editing time in post-production. You don't want any wrinkles in this layer. I like 2 on the sides, and then 2 on each side down here. And 2 on this side over here as well. All right, so now your backdrop is set up for newborn photography. This is the exact set that I use every single time for my newborn photos when I'm posing my babies. I put them right on this beanbag. I use this as my backdrop, so that way I'm shooting right up against this and baby is laying right here on the beans, okay? This is it. And every single time I create images, at least a full gallery of images, 50 plus beautiful images with just using this. Okay. In addition to this backdrop, I use 2 wraps for my baby. And these wraps are the same jersey knit that you used right here for the backdrop layer. So I'll link these as well in the resource sheet, but just 2 long strips of jersey knit. If you'd like the ones that I use, you can buy them in the resource sheet. They're linked for you, or you can just go to your local store, fabric store, and get a stretch jersey knit fabric and cut them yourself. Okay. Dimensions will also be listed for you, so that way you can cut them to dimension, cut them to size. That's it. That's all I use for my sessions right there. And so it's really important for me to keep the focus on baby, sweet details, posing baby, keeping things super simple. All you need is this backdrop stand right next to your light source, 2 wraps, and then lastly, posing beans, okay? My posing beans, they come in sizes from large all the way to medium, and even these little teeny tiny ones, okay? Those are gonna help you pose baby, okay? So you can put them underneath baby and help get them into the little poses. That's what's gonna help you underneath the bean bag. If you wanna learn exactly how to pose baby, where to put the beans, how to transition between poses, how to wrap, how to transition between wraps, all without moving baby, camera angles to shoot from, how to get a full gallery from simplicity, then I'm gonna link my course for you down below. Check it out. I think it would be perfect for you. If you are looking to create beautiful images consistently that sell and that your clients love and rave about, then this course is for you. I can't wait to see you inside.